this week on the podcast, I would like to talk about who you are. So, I think this is the most amazing question. Who am I? And the reason why I wanted to record this podcast is because I've had a number of conversations recently with women who just seem to have lost themselves in who they are. So they got caught up in getting to where they wanted to be in business or in their career. They've become a mum. Their children are now starting to become a bit more independent. And all of a sudden, she's like, well, I don't really know who I am anymore. Who am I? And so I wanted to come on and talk about it because it's quite incredible how as we grow up, we start to take on the identity of external labels. So we start to say, "Oh, I'm a this job title. I live in this area. I'm a mum, or I'm a wife, or I'm I don't know. We take on, I earn this much money. I live in this type of house. I drive this type of car." And so we start to take on an identity based on external factors. And then what happens is we start to should ourselves. So, as a mum, I should. As a job title, I should. As a this, I should. And we start to change or lose who we are because of the shoulding that society have offered us. This set of beliefs on how someone should be in that category. And so we start to lose the essence of who we are. And now, for some of you, that might actually be fine. You might like who you are, in which case, brilliant. But if you're starting to feel a bit like you don't really know yourself, there's something not quite right, you don't quite know what you like anymore, what you should be doing, then I've got a couple of exercises that I would love to suggest. So, first of all, I think the most incredible news is you actually get to choose. Who you are is based on thoughts that you have about yourself, and you can choose your thoughts. You can't choose what society has given you and the belief systems that your religions or your caregivers or your upbringing gave you. But from this point on, you actually get to decide. So the first thing is to kind of become aware of that conditioning, become aware of how you're shoulding yourself, what you think you should be like, what you think you should be doing. And that's really where a coach has the most power because they are able to see your thoughts at a time when you think it's just facts. So that's if you're able to access and work with a coach, brilliant, because this will help that journey so much easier. So, first of all, becoming aware of your shoulding, and then deciding, right, who do I want to be? The first way that I love to do this is by imagining that I'm sat in a room. There's nothing to the side of me, there's nothing above me, there's nothing below me. We take away all of your achievements, all of your disappointments. We take away your job title, the area that you live in, the amount of money that you do or don't have, the car that you drive, the relationship statuses. We take all of that away. And at your core, who are you? So this is what I like to call your core values. I have spoke about these on the podcast before, but you get to choose your core values. So for me, I've got three. Mine shifted slightly recently, but I've got three core values. My top value above everything else is love. I am loving. I choose to love and have love as my core value, as my core being above any other um, way, whether you want to call it an emotion or not. It's it's my most loved emotion. And love never hurts. And love sometimes sounds like no. My other one is honest. I'm honest, and not everybody appreciates that value. And there are times when I've gone against that value. So having little people around certain times of year, I was uncomfortable because I wasn't being hot, like truly honest. Um, and another value of mine I've realized recently is I am bold, as in courageous, not as in I don't have any hair, but I'm bold. And I I love those three values. And when I know that about me, it doesn't really matter then the house that I live in or the holidays that I go on. That's all nice to haves, but it's not need to haves because I've got myself at my core. And when someone has an opinion about me that maybe isn't a friendly opinion, I can let them be wrong because I'm solid in who I am. And not everyone's going to like me. That's not the that's not the task. That's not our goal. The goal is to like yourself. So there are a couple of ways to do this. Go back to when you were a child. Get a picture of yourself. I used to have a picture of me up actually. I'm looking around for it, but I think I must have taken it down. Um, oh no, it's over there. Um, look at her and remember what she was like. Was she inquisitive? Was she energetic? Was she quiet? Did she like reading? Did she love playing in mud? I used to love I had this set of small pots and pans, and I just used to make mud pies for hours, it felt like. Um, was she playful? Did she like dancing? Did she like drawing? Go back to your childhood. Go back to your teenage life. Go back to young adult. What were some of the things you really love to do? And then quite like ask yourself, maybe I'd like to try that again. Another thing to do is look at people that you admire, celebrities, maybe people in your current universe that you know, and look at them and what is it about them that you admire? And if you can see something in somebody else, it's because it's already in you. It's already there. Only what tends to happen is we protect ourselves. So we have this core kind of essence of who we once were. And then to protect ourselves, we put a layer of shit on top, basically, to as protection. But when you start to chip away at that layer, there you are. So I heard it. I did a positive intelligence course once for coaches, and in it they said about the golden Buddha, and in I guess it was Thailand. Forgive me, I can't remember the exact details, but it's during one of the wars. They had this really old golden Buddha. So because people were coming through and raiding and stealing all the jewels, they covered this golden Buddha in cement. So it looked shit. And it stayed like that for years and years and years until an archaeologist thought, well, hang on a minute, that doesn't make any sense. And they chipped away at the cement and the stone, and underneath was this beautiful golden Buddha. And it's the same with us. Who you are is in you. You've just put layers of protection on top to to protect ourselves from the modern world and people's judgments. So you can start to just chip away at that by looking at what was I like as a child? What were the qualities I liked of me as a teenager or didn't like as a teenager? Or looking at people that you admire and go, well, what is it about them? Is it their integrity? Is it their wit? Is it their, I mean, oh my gosh, when I go through this with my clients, um, there's so many things that people come up with that is already in them that they just hadn't actually considered that's what want to choose to be. And then once you've got an idea of who you want to be, make your I am statement. So I am loving, I am honest, I am bold. And whatever you put after I am is what you're going to create as an identity and a personality. So that's a way of finding out and discovering who you are and who you want to be. And then when it comes to doing things, Just go out and try it. Do I like dancing? I don't know. Let's go and try it. Do I like gardening? I don't know. Let's go and try it. Do I like going to a spa? I don't know. Let's go and try it. And go and try all these different things to see what lights you up. And some things are going to make you feel incredible, and some things are going to make you go, no, I don't really like that. You're further forward in your journey of who you are and who you want to be. But ultimately, it's a choice. And if you need any help with this choice, I would love to talk to you further. So please get in touch. Have the most amazing week. I hope this helps, and I'll speak to you all again next week. Bye bye.